This is the largest ever public transport project in Victoria's history. We're building 5 new underground stations. What we're doing is effectively going to improve the throughput of the City Loop so that the whole of the Melbourne rail network can benefit. We wanted to talk to essentially the whole of Melbourne and the whole of Victoria about the way this massive project would ultimately benefit the whole state.
For 7 years, there will be significant changes above the ground, under the ground, and there will be disruptions. The client really wanted to create something special for this, and I think once I'd actually dissected it, it was really clear that we had a significant opportunity to partner with the Victorian Government and Rail Projects Victoria on creating something that was new. We're a multidisciplinary design agency and we work on user and customer experiences specifically in the physical environment.
What we were really looking for was a company that had the experience in bringing customers into a space.
Right from the get-go, it's about understanding the space in its totality and then breaking that down and understanding actually the target demographic and who that was. Now for this project, unlike some other brands, this was somewhat difficult because the brief was for all Victorians. So in order to cater for all Victorians, which is quite a large, wide-ranging demographic, that did provide some challenges. However, in that also provided opportunities. What we did do is, like we do with any project, is really understand the user, and we're designing for the human. So when we're communicating and wanting to deliver information, it's really about how do we actually get what we want to convey through in the most appropriate way for the content that we're delivering.
Or what we've kept in the back of our minds the whole time has kind of been, if you as an individual walked into that space, what would you get out of it personally? And I think that makes the information hub and also the information a lot more attractive to lots of people if they can walk in and work out exactly what they're going to get and how the project's going to benefit them. We
knew inevitably that when we were conceptualising from an overarching perspective the integration of digital, that we would also need to bring into the fold highly skilled experts in the space of both augmented reality and virtual reality.
It actually excited the team and sort of made us rise to the challenge and say, well, how can we do this? We know we can do all the individual parts, how do we bring them together for this particular activity? And the challenge that Bess put forward with that creative concept really brought that out of the team. And I think they all worked really well together, which was good to see.
The Metro brand itself and the colour and the formation that it actually has in the marketplace and all of the other the marketing channels to date have tried to bring some fun and animation to that. So right from the get-go, the brainstorming sessions internally were really about how do we actually bring this brand to life, and in essence that's what we do here at Best.
The initial brief did talk about technology, but I guess the surprising thing is where that particular line about technology actually took us.
We were hoping to kind of implement a touch screen experience, and the further we developed that, we were trying to think about how we can do it in different ways, in new ways. And one of the things we came up with is that AR and actually motion censored technology and cameras is quite new in the market still, and ways in which we can use that in a public space, create excitement around information that is hard to take in.
We had technology suppliers, people with the state government who are needed to be integrated into this project, and they had a really open mind and a really robust process in terms of making that work.
There was probably a little bit of expectation that maybe it would be that traditional approach, but the way that they've drawn on the elements from the signage out the front to using the blue and coloured and orange-yellow lines that take you on the journey throughout, they've really brought a thematic element to the exercise, which has given it a really nice flavour.
The really exciting thing for me in particular was the willingness of RPV and the key stakeholders at RPV to embrace change and embrace new. And every time we wanted to flip the notion of an information centre on its head with Metro HQ, we really just got a glowing endorsement and a green tick to keep going.
There is no doubt that this is an internationally leading visitor centre. From what we've seen overseas, it's very rare for an infrastructure project to attempt to engage with the general public to this extent, and we're really excited by what the public reception is going to be.
This project, I think, demonstrates that advocating for new, there is an appetite for it. And it's just about having the right people and the right processes to actually go about convincing clients in terms of making sure that it can become a commercial reality. And I think that this project really demonstrates that.
We wanted a really bright, fresh space that could attract people off the street. We wanted to be cutting edge in terms of the technology. We wanted it to be fun and engaging, and it's met every aspect of that brief.
It's a project that's really about the future of Victoria, and so in advocating new for Victoria, it was a really nice alignment that we could advocate for new and being able to teach and educate Victorians what the project is about, considering that it's still some years away.
I would wholeheartedly recommend the BEST team. I think in terms of the way they approach the brief, in terms of the creativity, in terms of sticking to it, working with suppliers, I've only got the highest of regard for their work.
This really is a defining project in allowing us to really resonate advocating for new.